everybody. I'm Dalton Ross. Welcome back to the Entertainment Weekly Suite at the Hard Rock at Comic-Con here in San Diego. And you know these folks, of course. It's the cast of The Walking Dead. The final batch of episodes for the final season starts October 2nd. They had an awesome panel in Hall H yesterday. And is this our last time doing this, guys? We've done a few of these, Norman, over the years.
Yeah, we've done 10. I've been in 10 or 11 of these.
Jeez. By the way, Andy Lincoln and Denai aren't going to walk out here at some point, are they? That's not happening. That was just a yesterday thing, right? They're not going to crash
What are you
our.
talking about?
They're not going to crash our interview here.
I haven't seen them all weekend.
Okay, I didn't think so. No, but you guys did. How was that seeing Norman and Denai? I mean, seeing Andy and Denai again. It had to be awesome.
It was great. I mean, we knew they were coming, so but it was great. He's in the room right next to mine, so I had a chat with him all night before that. But it's great seeing them. And then Denai, I was sitting on my patio, and I get a text, and she's like, "Is that you sitting in the dark up there in the bathrobe?" And I'm like, and I'm like looking down the thing, and I'm like, "Where are you?" And then that goes on for about 20 minutes, and then she walked up and screamed. Yeah, so it was good to see Denai. Andy, I don't really care about, but I really love Denai. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I noticed, Norman, you mentioned at the panel yesterday that, going through this experience of the last Walking Dead final episodes and final Comic-Con panel, you said, part of you wanted to cry, part of you wanted to make out with everybody in the room. So how did that go?
I made out with about half of them.
Good.
Yeah.
About 4,000.
Yeah, and it's COVID-Con. But it's all true. It's kind of heartbreaking, but it's also a celebration of a huge accomplishment, and it hits me more, not just looking at the fans, but when I look at all these guys. I'm going to miss being in Georgia, and I'm going to miss that crew. Really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, So, yeah, it hits me. I get a little emotional.
Do you miss the hair, Josh? We got the new do rocking now. Do you miss the Eugene mullet?
What do you think?
I think yes.
I don't. I mean, there've been a few moments where I've put on a shirt and I'm like, this looks better with the mullet. Maybe I should get rid of the shirt, But I'm so happy to be back to my old blonde self. It was kind of nice to be incognito for a few months, and now this is kind of the coming out party. We were at our hotel, and there were a bunch of autograph people that came up to Seth, and I was standing right next to him, and they just asked Seth and just looked at me and then just kept looking around, probably for me, but I was standing right there the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome, but obviously short-lived. I think the cat's out of the bag now.
We just did an interview, and the first question, Josh said something about his mullet, and the interviewer broke down in tears the whole time.
That was me, by the way.
No, it literally just happened. It was super crazy.
It was sweet. I mean, this show has touched so many people, and it's like, obviously, Dalton, you're a fan of the show. You're not just doing this because it's your job, but you and I text, and we text about the show. And the show has touched the lives of so many people, not just us, but it's brought people together. It's, we've definitely all have stories of talking to people who say that, they're able to talk to their kids and connect over this common thing. Whereas before it's like, I don't know what TikTok is. I can't relate to you on that level, but we can talk about The Walking Dead and then have a conversation with your kids and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful thing,
And Kaylee, what's it like for you, who really has come of age on this show, working on this show? What's it like now to, not be able to, I mean, you are right now, but not be around these knuckleheads anymore and say goodbye to them when you guys wrapped and everything?
I'm going to miss them.
Yeah.
As much as they're crazy and we have to keep them in line.
Who are you going to miss the most? Be honest. Or who are you going to miss the least? Stop looking at me.
I'll not miss the dirt. Getting dirt on every single day, and the blood. I hate blood, which is like, why are you on The Walking Dead? I hate blood. Yeah, I can't stand it. But I'll miss these guys a lot. And even though it was really sad to wrap, it's also kind of like we were proud of it because we always put 100% into everything we do. But since this was our last finale episode. We put like 210,000% into it, and we do it for the fans. So I think they're gonna like it.
I haven't been on set so many times. I can attest to that. It's like remarkable what you guys put yourself through on this show. And Seth Gilliam was given 2,040% with his singing voice at the panel yesterday. There's no doubt about that. Is this like, are you singing a lot on set? Is this something that happens a lot? What are your go-to jams, my man?
Mostly Bowie and the Beatles, but yeah, I tend to, most people are working on their lines and such when they're in their trailers, but I sing to calm myself down and to get myself prepared to work, and then I become aware that there are the people that I'm rooming next to, and I figure they probably want me to sing a little louder so they can really enjoy the song.
No.
And that's when I turn up the volume.
I remember there was a moment like early on after you just come onto the show, it was like season 5, and we were shooting in our base camp was in some field in Georgia, and it was like very thick fog, and we just heard singing. Everyone heard singing, and nobody knew what it was or where it was coming from. We were like looking out at this field. It's like it's coming out from over there. There's so much fog, and then this image of like a priest just kind of broke the fog, and it was Seth singing, and we were like, "Oh God, is this how this is gonna go? Like for however long this show runs, this is what we're gonna have to put up with." And
I love your singing.
I
I'm
do
gonna
too.
miss it. Yeah. I loved it.
Well, Gabriel's like such a fascinating character, Seth, because like he started off as like this coward, became an adversary for a little while, right? Fans didn't like that because he's going up against Rick Grimes, and then he becomes this hero and this pivotal. What's like the roller coaster ride for you playing this character over the past 6 seasons or whatever it's been, watching that transformation?
Well, it's been interesting because I had asked Scott Gimple at one point what it was that he wanted the effect of this monologue to be, this confession that Father Gabriel has when Rick has him by the throat. It's funny how the confessions come when you have somebody by the throat, and he said he wanted the people to relate to his fear and to relate to his shame. And I'm like, okay, that's something I could shoot for. Nope, not happy with that. No, we don't want to see any weakness. We don't want to see any kind of self-reflective, I could have done something differently. We need you to be strong. We need you to be fearless, And I'm thinking, but at that point in the show, everybody else had a good 18 months of doing that. They had an 18-month head start on Father Gabriel, so he's a little behind. And I thought that the audience would get that, but no, they wanted him to be stronger, faster, And when the shift came around to Gabriel finding, essentially is like his apocalyptic backbone, then there was a great shift in the audience where they then started to, interestingly enough, started to relate to him beforehand and feel some sympathy for him that they hadn't in the beginning when they saw the change that the character had undertaken to survive. So it's been a really fascinating trip, and I said this just yesterday. I wouldn't trade any of it for anything. It's enriched me in so many different ways.
That script where you're in the jail cell and you shank that guy over and over. I remember screaming when I read that script. I was yes. I mean, I was so excited.
Yeah.
And Michael, I feel like Mercer is like, there's obviously a lot of pivotal people as we go into the last 8 episodes, but he seems to be like the dude stuck in the middle, right? Like he's security for the Commonwealth. We got this huge like war coming, it looks like, and he's just maybe starting to question his role in the community a little bit. So like, how do you play that, and what can you sort of say about him moving forward?
To start off, this man right here is a karaoke assassin. You can catch him in Peachtree City laying it down. I was blown away watching you on stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mercer is kind of in the middle of a tornado, and I don't think he has footing at the moment. And hopefully, within the next episodes, you'll see him stand his ground finally, maybe.
You seen some Mercer cosplay out there yet?
I haven't actually walked the halls yet, but
Haven't seen Mr. Sherbert making an appearance out there?
not yet. Praying for it. Let's see.
Guys, I can't wait to see the last 8 episodes. It's been an incredible ride. And unlike Chris Hardwick, I'm going to keep it together. I'm not going to start crying here in front of you all. But it's been awesome. And I can't wait to see how the ride ends. And I can't wait for everyone else to see how it ends, starting October 2nd on AMC. Thanks so much for coming in. It's been awesome over the years to have all of you come in. It's been the best. And there's plenty more to come all day here at the EW Suite at Comic-Con. Keep watching, everyone. Thanks so much.